Good evening, welcome to Norton Park for the Slalom Lager Championship game between Widnes and Warrington. The Widnes side, 1 Mick Burke, 2 Stuart Wright, 3 John Gilbert, 4 Darren Wright, 5 John Basnett, at 6 David Hume, 7 John Myler, 8 Mike O'Neill, 9 Andy Ruane, 10 John Fieldhouse, 11 Ian Gormley, 12 Paul Hume and 13 Richard Ayres. Substitutes for Widnes are Barry Dowd and Ralph Linton. The Warrington side, number 1 Paul Ford, number 2 Kevin Meadows, number 3 Mark Foster, at 4 Ronnie Dwayne, 5 Brian Carbett, at 6 Dave Allen, 7 Andy Gregory, at 8 Les Boyd, 9 Kevin Tamati, 10 Bob Jackson, 11 Gary Sanderson, 12 Mark Roberts, 13 Mike Gregory. Substitutes for Warrington are Billy McGinty and Mark Knight. So Les Boyd already in the middle of the field, to be joined now by Mick Burke, the 2 captains this evening. Referee Mr Haig of Ossett. The 3rd meeting this season of the 2 teams. 1-1 at the moment. Warrington winning in the Lancashire Cup semi-final, while Widnes won just a couple of weeks ago on Good Friday. So the teams will stay as they are. Warrington playing from left to right in their change strip of blue with the yellow trim, Widnes the white shirts and black shorts. And it'll be Warrington who will get the game underway. Andy Gregory making a return to the first team this evening, taking over from the injured Paul Bishop. And Mark Roberts having to hold the ball as this gusting wind, as Andy Gregory gets the game underway. Paul Hume, he's brought down by Mike Gregory and Kevin Meadows. This time it's Fieldhouse. Ian Gormley there, well tackled by Sanderson. And the kick comes in. Paul Ford goes for it. And Paul Ford takes it safely, coming out of his own 25. Brought down by John Myler. This time it's Gregory. On to Jackson. Jackson finds the gap, he's got the break. And in fact loses the ball in the tackle, and Widnes back in possession. O'Neill out to Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse, nice slip pass on, and there's a break now. A chance here. Still going, hands it on to Hume. What a good run there from Richard Ayres. And in fact Warrington back in possession. Paul Ford pinching the ball from the play the ball. Good run there from Richard Ayres. Scored in the Good Friday game for Widnes. Mike Gregory. Tamasi on to Gregory. Gregory finds the gap and breaks 2 tackles. Gregory still going. Good run again from Andy Gregory. Finally brought down by David Hume. Dave Allen. Mike Gregory. Mike Gregory gets the ball away. Well taken by Dave Allen. Allen then brought down by John Fieldhouse. Tamati once more. Back to Ford. Paul Ford with the kick. John Basnett takes it in his own 25. Well tackled though by Sanderson. This time it's Mick Burke. Mick Burke, well tackled by Meadows with the assistance of Mark Foster. Plays the ball to Ruane. Ruane, this time it's Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse gets the ball to Ruane. This time it's out to Myler. Myler's still going. Once again Sanderson in the tackle with Les Boyd. Ruane with the kick. And a good one. One bouncing into touch. And the first scrum down of the evening. Midway inside the Warrington half. And a free kick to Warrington. For that infringement against Widnes in the scrum. Going down when the referee was saying staying up. So Brian Carbett comes across. And puts the ball safely into touch. Tamati will take it on to Jackson. Jackson comes in, brought down by Ruane and Fieldhouse. Tamati on to Mike Gregory. Tamati once more on to Sanderson. Sanderson straightens up. Good run there by Gary Sanderson. Once again it's Tamati. Sends it on to Gregory. Gregory on to Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts sees the gap. Well tackled though. Good tackle by Darren Wright. This time it's Les Boyd charging through. Les Boyd still going, hands it on to Sanderson, but Sanderson can't get the pass. It's still Tamati. Tamati's still going left. Gets the ball out. Jackson. Jackson's still going. And that's 6 more tackles now for Warrington. A long pass out, well taken by Gregory, looking for the gap. Still going, he's going for the line. But brought down. Dave Allen. Dave Allen still going, brought down by Fieldhouse. Tamati on to Boyd. Boyd going for the corner, hands one man off onto Meadows. And Meadows loses the ball. But the referee gives a forward pass. And that will be a scrum down. Just a couple of yards from the Widnes line. Myler will feed. Referee still not happy with these scrums. Pat down and Myler feeds. And this time the free kick will go to Widnes. And the kick put into touch by John Myler. Ruane will take it. Back to Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse still going, and Gregory finally brings him down. Richard Ayres. Andy Ruane. Once again the kick coming in from Widnes. And that looks a good one. Ford goes for it. But a great kick there from Myler once again. Sending play into the Warrington 25 with that kick. So it'll be Andy Gregory to feed. And Warrington ball onto Paul Ford. Ford finally brought down by David Hume and John Myler. Tamati. Dave Allen. Dave Allen onto Mike Gregory. Mike Gregory brought down on his own 25. Sanderson. This time it's Gregory. Gregory onto Ronnie Dwayne. Dwayne now running forward, still going. Pushes off one man, still going. Finally brought down by John Basnett. Meadows onto Gregory. Gregory to Jackson. Jackson looking for the gap once more. 6 tackles for Warrington. Gregory back to Paul Ford. Ford with the kick. Comes off a Widnes hand. Mark Foster goes for it. Bounce favours Widnes. And Tamati picks it up. And Tamati's still going. Finally brought down by Richard Ayres. 6 more tackles for Warrington. Mark Foster acting halfback onto Les Boyd. Les Boyd charges through. Sets 3 Widnes players to bring him down. And the rain now comes down as Gregory onto Mark Roberts, just can't take the pass. And Widnes back in possession with O'Neill. Rain sheeting down into the faces of the Warrington players as Sanderson tackles well on Paul Hume. And the referee has given a free kick to Widnes against Mike Gregory, using the elbow in the tackle. Once again, John Myler will take the kick for touch. So Widnes, Rowan, Myler, as he's brought down well though by Sanderson. This time it's Paul Hume. Nice pass from Burke onto Darren Wright. Darren Wright though well tackled by Mark Robertson, who's going through. Pounced upon by Meadows and Gregory. Hume, Myler, poor one, knocks it back, picked up by Paul Hume. And the referee gives the free kick to Warrington. Offside. Much to the displeasure of the Widnes fans and the crowd. Meanwhile, Brian Carbett puts the ball into touch and sets Warrington up on the attack inside the Widnes half. Gregory will take the tap. Onto Tamati. Allen back to Gregory. Gregory onto Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts looking for the gap once more. Hell gets the ball back to Paul Ford. Paul Ford goes forward, hands it onto Mike Gregory. And the referee gives the free kick to Widnes for crossing. And once again, Widnes put the ball into touch. Andy Ruane will take the tap. Mike O'Neill being pushed back. Ian Gormley caught in possession by Tamati and Roberts. This time it's Paul Hume looking for the gap, well tackled though. Once again, Gary Sanderson. The kick comes in. Paul Ford, this time, takes it well. Going across field. Cuts back inside, brought down by Ruane and O'Neill. Tamati sends it left with Andy Gregory. Gregory looking for the gap himself, beats one man, still going. Once again, Tamati. Dave Allen. Les Boyd this time. Tamati acting halfback. Dave Allen onto Gregory. Gregory to Mike Gregory. Gregory brought down though by John Myler and John Gilbert. Finally it's back to Ford. Ford with the kick. And a good one, is it? Yes, nice kick from Paul Ford. Beat both Darren Wright and John Basnett. So a scrum down, midway between the 25 and halfway line in the Widnes half. Myler feeds, Warrington ball, up comes Mike Gregory with it, beats one man, still going, cuts back inside, Mike Gregory still going, hands it inside to Sanderson. But the referee gives a forward pass, as Sanderson was going there for the try line. Still looking for his first try in first team rugby. Made his debut on Sunday against Dewsbury. Myler feeds for Widnes. Hands it on to Mick Burke. Mick Burke cuts inside, well tackled though by Mike Gregory, with the assistance of Andy Gregory. This time it's Basnett, from the play the ball goes himself. Well tackled though by Sanderson. And Bob Jackson. Andy Ruane. Myler. And Ian Gormley. Still going, finally brought down in midfield. Once again, Ruane sends it right. Once again, using the wind Widnes with the kick. But that one is well too far. And that will take play all the way back inside the Widnes half. Andy Gregory will feed for Warrington. And this time the free kick to Widnes and another 10 yards for Talking. And a tap taken quickly. John Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse gets the ball onto Ray. Ray to Mike O'Neill. Mike O'Neill though, another good tackle. Gary Sanderson. And everything at the moment. This time change direction, chance here for Richard Ayres, he finds the gap, Richard Ayres still going, and a chance here for Richard Ayres, he's all got 4 to beat, goes left, good tackle by Paul Ford on Richard Ayres as Richard Ayres found the gap. This time it's Hume to David Hume, onto Myler, Myler to Gormley, Gormley comes inside, well tackled by Bob Jackson on the Warrington 25. Andy Ruane, Myler, David Hume still going, caught by Andy Gregory and Mark Foster. Andy Ruane to John Fieldhouse, and offside. A bit late after Widnes had played the ball, but Widnes had the free kick. And a chance here for John Myler to open the scoring. To the left of the posts, well inside the Warrington 25. And the first points of the evening go to Widnes. Score of John Myler. It's Widnes 2, Warrington 0. So Andy Gregory restarts for Warrington. Picked up by John Basnett. Basnett though meets Jackson and Mark Roberts. So Widnes in their own 25. Mike O'Neill clears his own 25 before he's brought down. Mark Foster, Kevin Meadows and Mike Gregory on the tackle. This time it's Paul Hume. Andy Ruane. And once again the kick coming in from Myler, and ball back. Once again the kick not bouncing in the field of play, going straight out, so ball back onto the Widnes 25, where Andy Gregory will feed. And he puts the ball in. And the Warrington ball comes out to Gregory from the play. The ball, he's got space, cuts inside, still going for the line. Takes 3 Widnes players to bring him down. Warrington on the attack inside the Widnes 25. Meadows to Boyd, but to Tamati in fact. And Tamati loses the ball and Paul Hume brings it away. Over on that far side. Widnes in possession. Stuart Wright is acting half-back. Hands it on to Mike O'Neill. Mike O'Neill gets through one tackle and still going, gets the break in midfield. And finally having to be tackled by Mike Gregory and Bob Jackson. Myler on to Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse gets it back to Myler. And Myler gets away from Mike Gregory. And Les Boyd finally brings him down. Andy Ruane onto Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse though caught by Gregory, but he gets the ball onto Darren Wright. Darren Wright though brought down by Mark Foster. 6th tackle for Widnes. And the kick is a good one from Andy Ruane. So a scrum down. which Andy Gregory will feed. So Gregory puts the ball in, and on the Warrington side once more, onto Dave Allen. Allen onto Paul Ford. Ford now cuts back inside, gets away from Mick Burke. Finally brought down by David Hume. Mike Gregory sends it left. Dave Allen goes over the halfway line and into the Widnes half of the field. Tamati onto Mike Gregory to Andy Gregory. Gregory onto Mark Roberts. Once again, Tamati from the play the ball, hands it on to Andy Gregory. Gregory, long pass, well taken by Kevin Meadows. Good tackle though by Darren Wright. Gregory once more, on to Bob Jackson. Jackson straightens up. Once again, 3 Widnes players having to bring him down, 6 tackle. Tamati plays it back to Gregory. Gregory with the kick, and a successful one. And another scrum down. John Myler will feed when the scrum's pat down. He feeds, and Widnes have possession, and Myler from the scrum, going away, well tackled though by Andy Gregory. Airs onto Paul Hume. Paul Hume gets the ball away to Mike O'Neill, he can't get it, Andy Gregory has it, going across field. Gregory, good pass out, well taken by Dave Allen. Allen finally brought down. Tamati goes himself on the play of the ball. Once again, Dave Allen on to Andy Gregory. Mark Roberts. Over on that far side, Warrington in possession. Andy Gregory. Dave Allen hands it on to Mike Gregory. Gregory hands it on to Ronnie Dwayne. Dwayne's got space now. Just caught though by Darren Wright in the Widnes 25. Mike Gregory. Gregory. Dave Allen. Dave Allen on to Meadows. Meadows cuts back inside. Caught by Basnett. And that's a 6th tackle in the turnover. Mike O'Neill. This time it's John Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse gets the ball back to Andy Ruane. Ruane. And finally it goes all the way back to Darren Wright, who has to retrieve it back inside his own 25. Ruane. Myler hands it on to Richard Ayres. Ayres though well tackled once again. Finally, once again the kick comes in from Widnes. Paul Ford goes back inside his own 25. Faced by Basnett, goes forward and brought down by Basnett and Darren Wright. Meadows from the play of the ball goes himself across field, looking for the gap though, just brought down by Mike O'Neill. This time it's Mike Gregory. Tamati's acting halfback. Sends it left to Andy Gregory. Gregory to Dave Allen. Allen picks the ball up. The referee says the ball went backwards. Les Boyd to Gregory. Gregory over on that far side. Dummies still going. Finally brought down. 6th tackle for Warrington. The kick comes in from Paul Ford. Mick Burke comes for it and takes it well. Well played once again by ex-Great Britain fullback Mick Burke. Andy Ruane onto Myler. Myler having to go himself. Clears his 25 before he's brought down. Fieldhouse. Loose pass, but it's picked up by John Gilbert. Mike O'Neill hands it on to Myler with the kick once more. Paul Ford comes for it, and once again he takes it well. Paul Ford, chip faced by Basnett, goes across field, brought down by John Fieldhouse. Boyd onto Meadows. Meadows makes good ground before he's brought down. Tamati onto Andy Gregory. Gregory still going, a long pass, and well taken now by Carbett. Carbett still going, finally brought down over on that left wing. Gregory once again in everything for Warrington dummies. This time it's Tamati. Tamati going forward. Gets the ball away to Jackson. Jackson, he's finally brought down low by Paul Hume. Back to Ford. Ford with the kick. Basnett takes it well. Goes across field. Well tackled though by Mike Gregory and Mark Foster. Milo onto Mike O'Neill. Mike O'Neill still going. Ruane to Milo. Ian Gormley brought down on the Widnes 25. Fieldhouse from the play of the ball goes himself. Once again Sanderson playing well at the moment in defence. Once again the kick comes in. That's a better one. And Paul Ford once again stops it nicely. Paul Ford then, very busy this evening with all these kicks. And he's brought down by Basnett and Milo. Gregory onto Les Boyd. Boyd charges through. Tackled by O'Neill. And Milo. Tamati acting halfback, sends it left to Andy Gregory. Gregory's onto Dave Allen. Allen, Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts looking for the gap. He's held by David Hume and Ian Gormley. Tamati. Tamati caught in possession. Dave Allen onto Gregory. Gregory goes back left once again. Onto Mike Gregory. Mike Gregory finds space, still going. But can't get his pass away. 6th tackle. It will go to Andy Gregory. Gregory with the kick. Nicely taken though by Stuart Wright. Right though. Brought down by Dave Allen and Jackson. And Jackson in the tackle again, but the ball is away with Milo. Milo throws the ball away and that is a knock-on. Andy Ruane there finally knocking the ball on for Widnes. So we scrum down with Andy Gregory to feed for Warrington. Comes out on the Warrington side, but feeding against Andy Gregory gives Widnes the free kick. So John Milo once again puts the ball into touch over on that far side. Andy Ruane will take the tap on to John Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse though well stopped. Les Boyd and Kevin Tamati. Mike O'Neill. Mike O'Neill stopped again by Boyd and Tamati. This time it's Ayres to Milo, and there's a chance here for Gregory. He's got the break, he's only got Burt to beat. Gregory's still going, cuts back inside, finally well tackled, but a lovely break there from Andy Gregory inside the Widnes 25 from the play of the ball. And the referee has given the free kick to Warrington. John Basnett elbowing Andy Gregory away, not letting him play the ball correctly, so Warrington have a chance to equalise. Another lovely break from Andy Gregory from that loose ball, taking play deep inside the Widnes 25 before he's brought down. So Brian Carbett with a chance to equalise. John Myler goal. So Brian Carbett comes up, and it's there. Brian Carbett's goal makes the scores. Widnes 2, Warrington 2. So the Widnes fans not happy with that goal kick as the team restarts, taken by Mike Gregory. Mike Gregory runs forward, knocks off Paul Hume and finds the gap. Great run for Mike Gregory across field, finally brought down by Darren Wright. This time it's Tamati on to Andy Gregory. Gregory on to Dave Allen. Allen straightens up, goes himself, hands it on to Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts still going, taking 2 men with him before he's brought down. Once again, it'll go to Andy Gregory. Gregory onto Sanderson. Sanderson brought down by Andy Ruade. Gregory once again onto Dave Allen. Allen onto Mike Gregory. Mike Gregory cuts back inside. Boyd still going. Gregory once again, but can't hold the pass. So scrum down midway side the Widnes half of the field. Widnes 2, Warrington 2. And from the scrum, Myler gets it on to Mick Burke. Burke runs forward, hands it on to David Hume, and Hume is brought down. John Gilbert, well tackled though. Ronnie Dwayne in that tackle for Warrington. Across field this time, Widnes sending it. It's chance here for O'Neill. Well tackled though by Sanderson, but throws the ball back. Paul Hume runs back into 3 Warrington players. This time it's Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse onto Richard Ayres, finds the gap once more, but this time it's a nice tackle from Andy Gregory. Ruane onto Fieldhouse, but his pass is knocked on. And that will be a scrum down. So Gregory will feed once more. Warrington ball this time. From the play the ball he goes himself. Looking for the gap, still going, hands it on to Dave Allen. Dave Allen now goes into the Widnes 25, still going for, he's brought down by David Hume. Ronnie Dwayne on to Andy Gregory. Gregory on to Mike Gregory. Once again, Gregory's acting half-back. Goes himself on the play of the ball. His pass is swung back, finally picked up by Tamati. Gregory. Sanderson. Once again, it'll be Gregory acting half-back. Sends it on to Bob Jackson. Jackson straightens up. Still going, takes 3 Widnes players with him before he's brought down. 6 tackle this time for Warrington. Gregory hands it back to Ford, sets himself up for the drop goal. And it's there. Paul Ford gets the drop goal and takes Warrington into a 3 points to 2 lead.
What do you mean it's there? They've got to try that. Shouldn't have got a goal, I mean. Didn't go over the bloody sticks. Didn't go.
Kevin Meadows takes it deep inside his own 25 and knocks the ball on, says the referee. Kevin Meadows says it hits his knee. So, a scrum down, deep inside the Warrington 25. Pressure on Warrington. Myler feeds Widnes with possession onto Basnett. Basnett though, well tackled though by Kevin Meadows. Andy Ruane onto Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse goes back inside, well caught though by Jackson and Roberts. This time it goes on to Myler. Myler onto Mick Burke. Burke goes across field, goes himself, goes for the gap. Brought down well though. Matt Foster. A long pass out, this time it's Paul Hume. Paul Hume tries to go himself. Widnes on the attack with Mike O'Neill. O'Neill onto Basnett, well tackled though by Meadows. Tries to get the ball away, good tackle there from Kevin Meadows. Sixth tackle, Fieldhouse goes himself with the kick. It's a high one, Gregory's underneath it. It's bobbles loose. And finally Andy Gregory comes up with it for Warrington. It's Andy Gregory who gets the ball. Takes his time. Tamati has it. From the play the ball, goes himself. Gregory on to Bob Jackson. Jackson. Once again, Gregory's acting half-back, sends it left on to Sanderson. Sanderson goes forward, good run once again. Brought down just short of his own 25. Gregory on to Dave Allen. Allen with the kick. Basnett's underneath it. Takes it well. Goes across field. Well tackled by Bob Jackson with the assistance of Gary Sanderson. Andy Ruane. Ruane on to O'Neill. O'Neill once again brought down by Jackson. Gets the ball away. Basnett. Good tackle by Mark Roberts. Richard Ayres. Switch direction now. Got a nice break from Hume. Hume still going. He's still going. Has to be brought down. Gets the ball away to Ruane. And Paul Ford picks it up for Warrington. Comes out. Paul Ford still going over his own 25. Good run from Paul Ford before he's brought down by Fieldhouse and Hume. Tamati from the play the ball goes himself. Still going. Finally Mike O'Neill brings him down. Andy Gregory, but Tamati taps it to himself, still going. 3 Widnes players having to bring Tamati down. Gregory on to Jackson. Jackson, good, another good run from Jackson, once again having 3 Widnes players bring him down. Andy Gregory acting halfback, on to Boyd. Boyd charges through, over the halfway line before he's brought down. Sixth tackle, goes back to Paul Ford. Paul Ford, kicked, taken by Mick Burke. Mick Burke comes forward, still going. Tried to get the ball away. Andy Ruane, Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse back to O'Neill. O'Neill on to Gilbert. Gilbert now has got pace. He comes inside, well tackled by Dwayne, but he gets the ball away back to O'Neill, but O'Neill's well caught by Andy Gregory. Richard Ayres, and that is a break, and that will be Paul Ford who picks it up inside his own 25. He slips, finally brought down by Darren Wright. Mark Foster having to rescue the ball from Warrington from the play the ball. Ford onto Meadows. Meadows stopped by Fieldhouse. Mike Gregory goes across field. Andy Gregory from the play the ball goes himself. Sixth tackle then for Warrington. Still inside their own 25. Played back to Ford. Ford with the kick. That will go over the head of Mick Burke. Mick Burke picks it up. Goes forward, got Stuart Wright with him, decides to go himself, brought down by Sanderson. Ruane sends it left, Hume and offside. Mr. Haig of it. The referee giving Warrington offside. Widnes put the ball deep into touch, inside the Warrington 25. Basnett takes the tap, goes himself across field. Andy Ruane onto Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse across field, knocks off one man. Still going.
Get up there!
Ruane goes himself. Paul Hume comes up. Well tackled though by Les Boyd. Widnes though still pressing on the Warrington line. Goes left. Myler onto Ayres. A chance here. Ayres still going for the line. And stopped short. Mark Foster and Meadows in the tackle with Gregory. Hume onto Myler back to O'Neill. O'Neill goes back left, still going. Brought down once again short of the Warrington line. 6th tackle. Ruane onto Myler with the kick. And that will go dead. And that will be a tap from the 25 for Warrington. Warrington did well there to keep Widnes at bay in their own 25 for 6 tackles. So Tamati will take the tap. Another good run from Tamati. Jackson. Into the last minute now of the first half. Warrington with a 1 point lead, 3 points to 2. Gregory. This time it's Roberts. Once again, Gregory's acting halfback, goes himself from the play the ball, jinking one way. Still gets the ball away to Gregory. Gregory though is pass intercepted by Richard Ayres, who then drops the ball. Well tackled up by Dave Allen, and in fact there goes the half-time hoot up. At half-time the score, Widnes 2, Warrington 3. Widnes taking the lead with a John Myler goal. Brian Carbett equalised that with a goal, and then Paul Ford with a drop goal, making the half-time score Widnes 2, Warrington 3. So the teams appear for the second half. Warrington leading at half-time by 3 points to 2. A goal from Brian Carbett and a drop goal from Paul Ford. Widnes 2 points coming from a John Myler goal. Both sides the same that finished the first, no substitutions on either side. And it will be Widnes who will restart the second half, playing from left to right. So Myler restarts second half. Paul Ford takes it, his own 25, goes across field. Tamati goes himself, on the play the ball, plays his own 25. Andy Gregory, acting halfback, on to Les Boyd. Boyd charges forward. 3 Widnes players bring him down. Gregory once again, acting halfback, on to Jackson. Jackson straightens up, beats 3 players, still going. Another good run from Bob Jackson. Gregory, back to Ford. Ford with the kick. Basnett bounces nicely for him. Goes straight, brought down by Dave Allen. And Mark Roberts. John Gilbert, acting halfback, sends it on to Richard Ayres. Ayres still going, has to turn back, hands it on to Mike O'Neill. O'Neill gets the ball away. Finally picked up by Myler. Myler brought down. Dave Allen, Mark Roberts once again. From the play the ball, Mike O'Neill. And loses the ball, this time it's Tamati. Warrington back in possession in the Widnes half of the field. Goes on to Mike Gregory. Mike Gregory finally held by Gormley and Hume. Jackson onto Gregory. Gregory to Allen. Back to Gregory. Gregory, nice pass on to Ronnie Dwayne. Dwayne back inside to Carbett. Carbett still going. Finally brought down by Mike O'Neill. Once again, it's Gregory. Gregory to Boyd. Boyd goes himself. Gets the ball to Sanderson. Warrington pressing then inside the Widnes 25. It's Boyd. Boyd to Gregory. Gregory jinking one way on to Dave Allen. Dave Allen onto Mark Roberts. Roberts straightens up, still going, looking for the gap. He's still going. It takes 3 Widnes players to bring him down near the line. Great run from Mark Roberts, setting Warrington up on the attack. 6th tackle. Gregory. Gregory now, a long pass. Meadows into the corner. Kevin Meadows from the pass from Andy Gregory. Once again, it's Andy Gregory who makes the try, and it's Kevin Meadows who scores it. Andy Gregory there with a beautifully floated pass, and Kevin Meadows on the burst to score in the corner. Sets Warrington into a 7 points to 2 lead. And a great start to the second half for Warrington. So right out on that far touchline. Brian Carbett. Carbett then right-footed. Looks a good one, but just to the right of the posts. So Widnes 2, Warrington 7. So John Mylott, little kick, and receives the ball. Fieldhouse onto Mike O'Neill. O'Neill still going. Mylott onto Ruane onto Mick Burt now with the break, hands it on to Richard Ayres. Richard Ayres cuts back inside, going for the line. Good run from Richard Ayres inside the 1-25. Gormley, Ruane, Mylott onto Hume onto Paul Hume evades one tackle, he's still going. Good run from Paul Hume. Setting Widnes now up on the attack. Immediate reply to the Warrington try. Mylott, a long pass out to Hume. This time a chance here for Gormley. Gets up, finally brought down. 6th tackle for Widnes. Ruane is acting half-back. On to Mylott. Mylott with the kick through. And picked up behind his own posts. Paul Ford. Saving a try. But has to drop out from under his own posts. Stuart Wright will come for this one. Finally picks it up. And tackled by Jackson. Ruane onto John Gilbert. Gilbert comes back inside. Ruane to Fieldhouse to Mylott onto Mike O'Neill. And his pass, Paul Hume going through. But that is a knock-on by Paul Hume. And a scrum down just outside the Warrington 25. Andy Gregory will feed for Warrington. And Warrington ball finally picked up by Mark Foster. Mark Foster goes across field, straightens up, brought down by Richard Ayres and David Hume. Mike Gregory goes himself, cuts back inside. Once again tackled by David Hume. Tamati going across field, knocks off one man. Finally tackled by Ruane. Boyd to Gregory. Gregory on to Jackson. Jackson once again on the burst. Another good run from Bob Jackson. Gregory back to Ford. Ford with the kick. And the wind helps that along. John Basnett inside his own try area finally picks it up and comes out. Gets away from one man. He's in midfield, still going. Finally Les Boyd brings him down. Good run from Basnett. Good tackle from Boyd. Widnes then, Mick Burke. Burke, tackled by Tamatine and Jackson. Andy Ruane. Myler onto Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse though caught, gets the ball out though to O'Neill. O'Neill though runs straight back into trouble. Dave Allen and Mark Roberts. Ruane this time on to Paul Hume. Paul Hume, nice pass out to Richard Ayres. Richard Ayres still going, finally brought down by Mark Foster. Myler with the kick. It looks a good one, but Paul Ford picks it up nicely. Cuts inside John Fieldhouse, gets the ball away. Mike Gregory comes across field, still going. Finally brought down by David Hume. Tamati to Gregory. Gregory, nice pass on, nice break there. Dave Allen. This time it's Gregory. Gregory still going, looking for the gap once more. Another good run from Gregory. Tamati on to Mike Gregory. Gregory. Once again it's Andy Gregory. Gregory. Boyd dummies, comes back inside, gets it back to Gregory. Gregory on to Dwayne. Dwayne now straightens up, comes back inside. Hands off one man, still going. Finally brought down by Mike O'Neill. Sixth tackle. Gregory. Back to Paul Ford. Ford tries to drop goal, but that will be short. But still going, and that will be a dead ball and a tap for Widnes from their own 25, who are about to make a substitution. Barry Dowd for Widnes comes on, and off comes John Gilbert. So John Gilbert leaves the field to be replaced by Barry Dowd. Paul Hume. Andy Ruane on to Mike O'Neill. O'Neill well tackled by Gary Sanderson. Good tackle there. Andy Ruane. Milo, this time it's Paul Hume, dummy, straightens up, still going. Paul Hume got the break now. He's got Paul Ford in front of him. A good pass out, but Darren Wright can't take the pass. And in fact, Widnes knocking the ball forward. Darren Wright, he had the light at his mercy. Not a man in front of him when he took that pass, but he couldn't hold it. A let off for Warrington. A bad miss for Widnes. And it's a Warrington ball. This time it's Dave Allen. Dave Allen onto Paul Ford. Ford cuts back inside. Mick Burt looking for the gap. Good tackle though done by David Hume as Paul Ford looked for that gap. Mike Gregory from the play the ball, hands it on to Andy Gregory. Gregory on to Dave Allen. Gregory to Sanderson. Sanderson still going before he's finally brought down by Milo. Tamati goes blindside. Still going. Taking 3 plays to bring him down. Brian Carbert's acting halfback. On to Gregory. Gregory. Dave Allen. Dave Allen onto Mike Gregory. Took it well. But Mark Roberts can't take that one. And the ball's loose. And the referee no doubt will give a scrum down, yes, for the knock-on. So John Mylott feeds the ball for Widnes. And a poor pass over the head of Mick Burke. Darren Wright has to go back. And he's well tackled by Meadows and Foster. And Meadows is injured as Richard Ayres goes forward. Good run. This time it goes on to Hume, took it well. On to Dowd. Dowd brought down low by Ronnie Dwayne. David Hume on to John Mylott. Mylott to John Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse goes across field but caught in possession by Jackson and Boyd. Ruane, the kick will come in. Brian Carbett picks it up. Warrington back in possession with Brian Carbett, goes across field but slips and stumbles. But Gregory from the play of the ball goes across field, hands it on to Roberts. Roberts still going, manages to get the ball back. Mike Gregory. Gregory. Dave Allen on to Les Boyd. Boyd dummies, he's flares up, he's got Burke, he's still going across field, throws the ball back, it's Gary Sanderson. Sanderson straightens up, finally brought down by Richard Ayres. Warrington though, midway inside the Widnes 25, it's on to Andy Gregory. Gregory, dummies, still going, back inside to Ronnie Dwayne, Dwayne still going. And now the touch judge is on, Mr. Brown. Comes on and talks to Mr. Haig for that tussle between David Hume and Andy Gregory. And he'll call over David Hume, the Widnes standoff. And he's penalised for having that little tussle with Gregory. And Gregory decides to put the ball into touch. A goal perhaps would have put them in a better position, meaning Widnes would have to score twice. It's on to Boyd. Boyd charges through, having to be brought down close to that line as Boyd was charging for the line. Warrington then. And in fact he loses the ball there, Les Boyd. John Fieldhouse from the play of the ball meets Kevin Tamati. Paul Hume. Perhaps that might be a mistake. A goal there from that penalty given inside the Widnes 25 would have made it 9-2. A trying to goal would only took Widnes to 8. It's Mike O'Neill for Widnes. Plays it back. The kick comes in and that will bounce into touch just inside the Widnes half of the field. So scrum down. Andy Gregory will feed it. When the referee is happy with the scrums. So Gregory to feed. Out on the Warrington side, on to Dave Allen. Allen on to Paul Ford, but Paul Ford well caught by Barry Dowd. Mike Gregory. Tamati from the play of the ball. Finally takes 3 Widnes players to bring him down. Mike Gregory is acting half-back, sends it on to Andy Gregory. Gregory looking for the gap and finds it. Gregory's away, hands it on to Dave Allen. Dave Allen going for the line, still going. Brought down just short, but once again Gregory on to Dave Allen. Sets Warrington up. Once again it'll go to Andy Gregory. Gregory, dummies, looks, cuts inside. Just caught in possession. So, referee indicates 6 tackle. It goes back to Paul Ford. Sets himself up for the drop goal again. And it's there. Second drop goal for Paul Ford. Makes it Widnes 2 points, Warrington 8. Second drop goal for Paul Ford. So John Myler, once the game will restart. And the bounce there, favouring Widnes, going over the shoulder of Gary Sanderson. Bounce unkind there to Warrington, and especially Gary Sanderson. Gregory feeds, and the referee says that he'll have to put it in again as the scrum collapses. And the referee finally tells them to move a couple of yards to their left. Gregory feeds, and that will go out on the Widnes side. David Hume, Dowd, back to Hume, Hume going across field, and in fact loses the ball. Good tackle there. Lovely tackle from Ronnie Dwayne, he chased him, and that tackle made Hume drop the ball. Good tackle from Ronnie Dwayne. Results in another scrum down, exactly the same place but on the opposite side of the field. Andy Gregory prepares to feed, puts the ball in, out on the Warrington side, goes blindside, still going, looking for the gap, finally brought down. Mike Gregory charges through, makes some good ground before he's brought down, and in fact drops the ball, and that will be another scrum down. And this time it's Widnes ball, Myler onto Hume, Hume, Burke linking up well, Burke onto Dowd, though, another good tackle by Ronnie Dwayne, but Widnes on the attack with Burke onto Myler, looking for the gap, brought down though, gets up, yes, and he was tackled. Myler tackled, and then got up, saying that he wasn't tackled. And the penalty goes to Warrington, much to the displeasure of the Widnes supporters. Brian Carbett with the kick for touch, it's a good one. Onto the roof of the main stand. Tamati. Les Boyd still going, knocks off one man, finally takes three Widnes players to bring him down. This time it's Sanderson. Sanderson brought down by O'Neill. So halfway through this second half, 20 minutes left, and Mark Roberts links on well, but he's past Mike Gregory, just can't take it, and Gregory picks it back up. But the referee says the knock on. Myler feeds. It's out to Burke. Burke going across field, finally brought down by Mike Gregory. Widnes 2, Warrington 8. And Basnett finally brought down by Kevin Tamati. This time it's Myler looking for the gap and finds it, is away. Myler's going through, hands it on to Gormley. Gormley wrong foot's forward, he's going away. Still going, he's being chased by Meadows. Meadows comes across, nice tackle. The ball still bounces loose, O'Neill's going for it. And the referee gives a try. The try scorer, Mike O'Neill. Mike O'Neill is awarded the try. So Widnes hit back. The ball went loose over the line after the great tackle from Meadows. And finally, the ball went loose over the line and Mike O'Neill pounced on it. John Myler then to try and tie the scores. And he's wide. Widnes 6, Warrington 8. And a missed opportunity there. So Warrington will restart with Andy Gregory. He kicks deep. Stuart Wright and juggles it but keeps hold. Signal in the air and then caught very easily. Barry Dowd. This time it's Fieldhouse. Well tackled though by Jackson. Plays the ball. A nice break there from Ruane. The kick comes in. That's a successful one. And Warrington about to make a substitution. Les Boyd comes off. And Billy McGinty for Warrington will come on. So Les Boyd getting a good round of applause from the Warrington supporters in the crowd. And Billy McGinty takes his place in the scrum. Myler feeds. Hume onto Burt. Burt looks for the gap. Gets it on. A chance here now. Darren Wright still going, taking play inside the Warrington half. Widnes on the attack. Sent left this time onto Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse slips low. Well caught by substitute McGinty. Mike O'Neill. Mike O'Neill though well held. Tamati and Jackson. Ruane, Milo, back inside comes Richard Ayres. Richard Ayres finds the gap, he's away. A nice break here from Richard Ayres. Gets a good tackle though by Mark Roberts as Ayres made ground into the Warrington 25. Ruane onto Milo to Hume. Hume knocks off one tackle. Ball goes loose, picked up by Jackson. And the referee gives the scrum down. Myler feeds once more, wants to go more, it's Warrington ball onto Widnes ball, Burke goes across field, still going, inside, Basnett still going, can't avoid the tackles. Widnes on that blind side, come infield. Widnes then pressing inside the Warrington 25. Goes on to Milo. Milo sends it left with Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse cuts inside, still going. Can't get the ball away. Mike O'Neill sends it left. Milo. The pass. And again, Warrington tackling well over in that far corner. This time it's Ruane. Ruane though held on the Warrington line virtually, 6th tackle. The kick comes in, hanging. Burke comes for it, hits the post, it goes loose. And Warrington player dives on the ball. And the player who comes up with it was Paul Ford. Once again, saving Warrington. Gregory drops out. And knocked on by number 6, David Hume. And Widnes miss a chance there as David Hume knocks the ball on. And once again the scrum collapses. Gregory feeds, Warrington come out with the ball, Kevin Meadows picks it up, straightens up, looks for the gap and finds it, still going, finally brought down by David Hume. Mike Gregory hands it on to Andy Gregory, Gregory on to Tamati. Gregory's acting halfback, on to Mike Gregory. Once again it's Gregory, hands it on to substitute McGinty. McGinty hands off one man, finally brought down by Darren Wright. This time it's Tamati. Tamati straightens up. 6th tackle for Warrington. Goes back to Ford. Ford this time with the kick. Burke's underneath it, takes it well. Clears his 25 before he's brought down. Jackson and McGinty. Andy Ruane on to Mike O'Neill. O'Neill across field, gets away from one tackle. Finally stopped by Mark Roberts with the assistance of McGinty. Ruane, Myler back to Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse goes through. Good tackle though, McGinty. This time it goes back to Myler. Myler inside to Ayres. Ayres stopped by Gregory and in fact drops the ball. A chance now here for Darren Wright. The kick comes in and a good one. Sending it playing midway inside the Warrington half for a scrum down. Gregory feeds, and Warrington ball it looks like, but in fact loses the ball. And the referee gives offside. A chance for Widnes. Myler puts the ball into touch, sets Widnes up in the Warrington 25. 10 minutes remain. Basnick goes through. Warrington then having to defend once more. Myler sends it left. Hume cuts inside, still going across field. David Hume straightens final up. Finally straightened up there. David Hume brought down in midway inside the 25. Myler onto O'Dowd. Well tackled. Myler, Ruane to Fieldhouse, Fieldhouse tackled by Gregory, and in fact Fieldhouse loses the ball, and that'll be a scrum down. Gregory will feed. Warrington ball, Gregory comes away with it. Finally cuts back inside, hands it on to Dave Allen. Allen caught by O'Dowd. Gregory. Mike Gregory. Jackson. Gregory once more. Slips though, gets back up and gets the ball away. McGinty This time it's Sanderson, cuts inside, finally brought down by Hume. McGinty plays it back to Paul Ford, did well to take that one. And his kick bounces into the Widnes 25. John Basnett finally picks it up, goes across field, but won't beat Ronnie Dwayne, and the referee will call over Dwayne. And the referee goes another 10 yards. As Warrington prepare to make their second substitution, Les Boyd about to come back on. The tap's taken, Fieldhouse gets the ball back to Ruane, Ruane onto O'Neill, O'Neill straightens up. 3 Warrington players on him immediately and push him back. Well played there by 3 Warrington players. And he loses the ball, picked up by Ruane, Ruane though onto Ayres. Ayres comes back left, finally straightens up. Good tackle though. Matt Roberts finally bringing him down. Myler onto Hume, Hume to Burke, Burke onto Dowd. Dowd now has got a break. Dowd back inside, a chance here for Gormley. Gormley gets away, he don't get away from Paul Ford. Good tackle by Ford, but Widnes now pressing in the 1-25 onto Stuart Wright. Wright going for the corner, finally brought down by Carbett. David Hume onto Dowd, Dowd. Myler, a chance now here. There's an overlap, O'Neill, but O'Neill's caught in possession and being pushed back once more. 6th tackle this time. Well, we see the kick coming in from Widnes. Ruane's acting halfback, he sends it on to Myler. Myler, in fact, the little chip to the corner. Ford lets it bounce, but takes it well and comes away nicely. Nicely done by Paul Ford. Took that very calmly as it bounced awkwardly for him. Meadows comes away with it this time. Once again it's Gregory. Gregory just clearing his lines, makes a few yards before he's brought down. Finally it's played back to Paul Ford. Ford with the kick. Mick Burt takes it. Widnes back in possession. Good tackle by Gary Sanderson. Dowd, Gormley. Gormley brought down by Jackson and McGinty. Ruane on to Myler, a long pass out, nicely taken by Paul Hume. Paul Hume and his pass goes loose. And Widnes lose ground once more. And that's 6 tackles and the turnover. 5 minutes remain. Gregory onto McGinty. McGinty straightens up, looking for the gap. Nice run, finally stopped by Hume. And there's Gregory's acting halfback. Sends it on to Dave Allen. Allen straightens up. Once again it's Andy Gregory. Gregory sends it right, this time it's Jackson. Jackson brought down short of the Widnes 25. Gregory once more, from the play the ball looking for the gap, makes ground into the Widnes 25. This time it's Tamati. Tamati plays it back to Ford. Ford lines himself up for the drop goal, but that one goes wide. And finally will Warrington make their substitution. Still the referee isn't looking. And finally the touch judge does come onto the pitch, and Gary Sanderson will come off, who's had a very good game in defence, especially in the first half, tackled nearly everything. And Les Boyd returns for the vital 5 minutes that remain. Widnes 6 points, Warrington 8. Widnes have a tap from their own 25, it's on to Paul Hume. Hume though stopped by Boyd and Dave Allen. Ruane on to John Myler to Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse goes across field, tries to break tackles, finally brought down by Mark Roberts. Still Widnes moving, David Hume, in fact it's John Milo. John Milo finally brought down in midfield. Ruane takes it. Paul Hume comes back inside, meets Les Boyd, and Les Boyd brings him down with the help of Andy Gregory. This time it goes back to Milo with a little kick through, nicely taken by McGinty. McGinty straightens up. Well played there from McGinty. Warrington then on the attack. Andy Gregory. Gregory from the play, the ball cuts back inside. Throws the ball away to Tamati. Tamati goes left, still going. Finally brought down on the Widnes 25. This time from the play, the ball, it's Ronnie Dwayne. Warrington then pressing in these final minutes. Andy Gregory's acting half, back onto Dave Allen. Allen straightens up, goes forward, tries to break tackles, takes 3 Widnes players with him. 2 minutes remain. It's Widnes 6, Warrington 8. It's Andy Gregory acting half back for Warrington. He plays it on to Boyd. Boyd charges through. Still going. Once again, 3 Widnes players have to stop him. 6th tackle. Gregory's acting half back. Paul Ford's lining up this one, perhaps for another drop goal. In fact, the taps, and that will be 6 more tackles, will it? No, the referee gives the turnover. So a minute remains. Widnes deep inside their own 25 at the moment, losing by 2 points, 6 points to 8. Coming away with the ball is Andy Ruane. Mike O'Neill going through there, but being pushed towards the touchline. This time going across field. Widnes. John Fieldhouse makes a couple of yards before he's brought down. This time a little kick through. Paul Ford comes for it, lets it bounce, it bounces awkwardly, and finally he picks it up. Warrington then back in possession. Anxious moment there as that little kick came through. This time it's Tamati. Tamati going across field, knocks off one man, still going. Finally brought down, gets back up. On time now virtually. And it looks like Warrington could have 2 points from this game. It's Andy Gregory. Still going. Mike Gregory's at him halfback. He sends it on to Dave Allen. Allen goes forward. This time it goes right on to Tamati once more. Tamati stopped by Ruane and Mike O'Neill. Now into injury time. Warrington leading 8 points to 6. Goes back to Paul Ford. Ford with the kick. Bouncing towards the corner. Picked up by John Basnett going across field. And the referee has given a free kick to Widnes. Offside. So Widnes have a last chance. They put the ball into touch. So the tap to be taken from Widnes. Mike O'Neill comes forward. Makes it to his 25 virtually. And there's the hooter. And it's the Warrington crowd who are jubilant. The fans behind the goal to our left are the fans that are jubilant. And it's Warrington who win by 8 points to 6. At half time, Warrington led 3 points to 2. A goal from Carbett and a drop goal from Ford. Against the John Myler goal in the second half. Kevin Meadows scored a try in the corner. And Ford dropped another goal. For Widnes, a try from Mike O'Neill makes the final score here at Norton Park. Widnes 6, Warrington 8.